There are several different types of brake hose fittings, including swivel, fixed, male, female, and banjo. Depending on the types of fittings present, follow these guidelines. Always remove a banjo fitting before any other fittings. Then remove a swivel fitting before a fixed fitting. Remove a female fitting before a male fitting. Select each tab for more information. When finished, select Next to continue.
The first step in removing the hoses is to clean the fittings and surrounding area. Then use a flare nut wrench to hold the swivel, female, end of the fitting on the hose. Hold the other half of the fitting with another flare nut wrench. This will prevent damage to this part of the fitting. Disconnect the swivel end. If heat is needed to loosen a seized fitting, or if the steel line is twisted, open the bleeder to relieve pressure during heating, or the hose may burst. Brake fluid is flammable. Use caution with open flames. Using pliers, remove the retaining clip from the mounting bracket. Then remove the hose from the bracket and clips. Once it is removed, disconnect the hose from the caliper or wheel cylinder. Plug any open ports on the vehicle.
Now you will learn how to install a new hose. Select each tab for more information. When finished, select Next to continue.
When replacing hoses, you need to be sure to use the replacement hose specified for the application. You will also need to determine if the left-handed and right-handed hoses are the same or different. Install a fixed male end to the caliper or wheel cylinder first. Install copper gaskets as required. If the tubing has a banjo fitting, install it first using new copper gaskets as required. Do not tighten the bolt. Route the hose back into the same location. Leave at least 3/4 to 1 inch, 1.91 to 2.54 centimeters clearance around all suspension components and wheels. Make sure the fitting is not cross-threaded. Do not use low-pressure hydraulic or oil hoses. Also, make sure you use DOT-approved hoses. Again, be sure to use the replacement hose specified for the application. Use 2 flare nut wrenches to hold each side of the fitting and tighten. Once tightened, check to make sure the tubing hasn't twisted. Reinstall the retaining clips and mounting brackets. If a banjo fitting was used, torque the bolt to the manufacturer's specifications. The brakes now need to be bled. This will be covered later in this course. After bleeding, you will need to inspect the hose and fittings for leaks and proper clearance. Tighten any loose fittings. If there is not enough clearance, reposition the hose by adjusting only the female end.